with us as we have some further news updates, but this time we move to East Asia, where President Lee Jae Myung has confirmed that South Korea will continue to pursue dialogue with North Korea. In a written address to the Global Korea Forum delivered by Second Deputy Director of the National Security Office, Lee acknowledged that North Korea has not yet responded positively to proposals for resuming contact. He further emphasized that Seoul will remain patient and focus on promoting peace and mutual prosperity on the Korean peninsula. Since taking office in June, Lee has adopted a different approach from his predecessor, prioritizing engagement over confrontation. His administration has already taken steps to ease military tensions, including turning off loudspeakers at the border and halting propaganda radio broadcast directed at North Korea. Additionally, Seoul plans to review existing inter-Korean agreements to identify items that can be implemented, aiming to create a favorable environment for future talks and cooperation. We are once again joined by Dr. Kumar. We know that South Korea's relatively new president, Lee Jae Myung, wants some dialogue here within the Korean peninsula. We've cited actions that he is taking, whether that's turning off the loudspeakers, whether that is being vocal about said dialogue. However, Dr. Kumar, is there an appetite within South Korea to have that dialogue with Kim Jong-un's North?
There is an appetite in the Seoul's approach, but Pyongyang looks really not interested. They are very disinterested, and their approach is also very hostile. They have a very icy approach to any kind of dialogue because from North Korean perspective, they know what is going to be on the table when there is an engagement through dialogue. They know that denuclearization is going to be on the agenda and followed by some human rights concerns. And they are not ready to talk in that way. It's a very old issue. Although what is new here in Seoul is that there is a new government and President Lee wants to have some rapprochement style of diplomacy under the umbrella of pragmatic diplomacy, engaging in dialogue and bringing these hostilities to a minimum level. But to me, if you ask me, it is still not bilateral, it is very unilateral, and that is why President Trump can play an important role. This is where euphoria in the South Korea comes from. So that is why recently when there was a summit between President Lee and President Trump, President Lee very positively said that he wants to play a role of pacemaker. So if there is an engagement, and President Trump has already said that he would like to see Kim Jong-un very soon, if possible, he would love to do that. So in that case, yeah, there is an euphoria. There is a good kind of possibility of wishful thinking. But unless North response is on the table, it can be either through China, through US, because the North Koreans are not ready to talk directly with Seoul in any form. So any indirect communication can help to achieve this dialogue. But if you ask me very frank opinion, I would just say that it is a kind of criticism that this kind of softer diplomacy towards North Korea may go backwards because inter-Korean relations have not been in good shape since decades. But in 1991, inter-Korean basic agreement was signed, and that entitles the two countries' bilateral relations as a special relationship. So changing this stance of two-state concept and any perception in that direction may affect many here also in Korea, and there will be a kind of political divide among the ruling as well as the opposition party, because people also in Korea look very divided on this. But yes, long term, everybody wants the unification of Korean Peninsula. But is it feasible? Is it realistic? That remains a big question to all the diplomatic as well as people circle here.
Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Kumar, for joining us here on the programme. Pleasure to have you as always. Well, that is all that we have time for.